session where we study physiology and scientific optimization of our performance. We can do with the elements that nature and God has prescribed to us so much. And we should do that before we explore any of these other new things that bypass the liver, that bypass God's given system. We should try to optimize God-given system in an appreciation effort. On our workouts, we should be looking for ways to make them harder. Keep that in mind, right? Because what we're really trying to do here is galvanize that inner muscle that does the right thing and tells the truth. That's the real valiant hero that we need from you today, from me today, from my other Jedi, bro. Please, let's all unity and strength, right? So for those of us who like to take advantage of the hotel breakfast bars that are done so well, especially down here in Latin America, where they even use real eggs. In a tropical environment such as Panama, you gotta really watch it all by itself, right? I come to you from Panama City right now. It's a really, really excellent city. It's growing exponentially. They use the dollar here. I can get you residency here. I can get you into alternative agriculture, and you're not bothered until you got your own agriculture. I can get you into the wonderful Plan B system that has worked so well for me, and I can even get you concealed carry gun license and everything, right? If because they allow you to do that. This is an excellent free country, much freer than any state in the United States. For now, timing being everything in the fight of life. However, back to subject, sweet losses rise. Sodium loss rise. Sweat loss rise. Sodium loss rise. Cardiovascular load rises, right? Sauna could compound. We were doing 5 days of sauna, and that could compound fluid loss further. So that's some real deal Viking tough guy training, man. You cook your body and you build resistance a little bit to that heat, or you program that in there, right? Because everything's a stress test. The point of life in this holodeck training module for our souls, take it from a cultivator, is to get strong. Everything here in biology came here to get strong and to get that character. Because there's strong people that aren't strong on the inside, that are not strong where it counts. Yes, we're in a physical environment, but where it counts, we know where it counts. You know where it counts. All right, and if you're not doing the right thing and you're not telling the truth, just stay the hell away from me and my crew. The goal is for us who like to take advantage of the hotel breakfast, maximize digestion efficiency, maximize glycogen storage, maintain high energy all day, progressively activate the nervous system, arrive at the main session fully online, which for us is in the afternoon between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. right now. Me and my Jedi homie are holding down shifts. We're 24-hour soldiers, man. When one of us sleeping, the other one is swinging the lightsaber. Nobody's sneaking up on us. Outperform through total daily system management. All right, I'm talking to real physiology here, military level operation physiology here, and maybe even beyond for most of those operators. Actually, we're really jumping into this, So we're gonna get into some slow walking right away, some nasal breathing right away. We're not gonna damage the digestive process by jumping into an intense workout right away. We're gonna do some sunlight exposure. We're gonna do some light pool movement, some mobility. I have the greatest light pool movement mobility exercises. I do them anytime I'm in water. They give you youthful joints forever. I can show you them. Get a hold of me at BrandonAngelFitness on Instagram, and like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get more of the insane Jedi abilities and potentials. Everyone is skipping right now to tell you about peptides, which just wait. To tell you about steroids, which just wait. You have to have a very good scientific standpoint before you start dealing with all of that stuff, and you'll just see, watch, people are gonna burn the backsides of their livers out, messing with all those blood chemistry in such a synthetic, unnatural way. It's going to over time and over extremities for sure, have some serious conflicts with your natural systems. So what are you doing? So all these exercises that I was just talking about, the nasal breathing, full to the top of the lung, and also full to the belly. Use the full spectrum of these lungs to go all the way down from here, That was the belly. That was the chest, right? Breath work is dynamic. I really recommend the Choke documentary. I know it's on YouTube usually for free. Sunlight exposure, mobility, light pool movement, or light rubber band movement, or light cable station movement, as you can see over here. You're gonna wanna do about 1 to 1.5 liters of water in your first 90 minutes. You're gonna charge those with minerals and electrolytes and sodium, because you're gonna need more of that to digest this food and properly hydrate yourself with all this crazy stuff you're doing. A cultivator of other mammals knows this, man. Circulation and activation. All right, so we're gonna do some yoga, some pool laps, some incline boxing, some shadow boxing, some easy calisthenics, some breathing drills, right? We're gonna do this to get our heart rate just a little bit elevated, which will scientifically increase mitochondrial efficiency, increases fat oxidation, improves recovery, improves nutrient partitioning, and prevents a glucose crash. If you got access to a pool, that's an incredible part of the strategy. The underwater breath control is also a great practice while you're doing that. Mobility, stretching in water, lymphatic movement. What's funny is you don't even have to read this or see this video. If you're tuned into God, if you're tuned into nature, and you're seriously concentrating, you'll get this. You'll start doing these things on your own. Maybe tune in better and just remember that is the main skill in all situations. You can get this download. It's not all spelled out for you, but you can get this download. Trust me, trust yourself, trust in God. This is a strength building exercise, most importantly in the faith muscle, in the inner iron will muscle that believes in its own ideas, that believes in good ideas, whoever theirs are, great ideas, and puts action to them. Spartan warriors of God, that's the strongest human being. Does the real right thing, tells the truth, handles things correctly, doesn't rat on their friends, let rat on people that helped them, let alone make up stuff and rat on them. Or, they're protectors of innocent children. They don't use innocent children for their fucking cover or their bush, as a direct vehicle of weaponization against let kids be kids, please be a protector of that, please. That's the strongest people out there. Sauna can really increase plasma volume. A lot of people are discussing, I went and looked it up. Heat adaptation, cardiovascular conditioning improves greatly. We just found that out, me and my James Bond amigo, James Bond 2. And he's really James Bond 1, I'm James Bond 2. increase growth hormone temporarily, improve relaxation response. Interesting, right? You must replace fluids and electrolytes, right? You must really get as much salt into your system. We bought some specialized little salt mix packs. We should have a spread of magnesium. We did. I was making us when we were murdering a while back in Argentina. We were completely salted out, right? As we should have been. This one we're struggling a little bit, but we're doing a good job. Let's see. Yeah, so people really don't realize how important the salt is. We go undersalted. Salt recommends are highly off. So, sunlight, stretching, tactical breathing, short swims, posture work, mobility, walking, stairs. I've shown this a number of times, but let me show it again real quick. These Chinese drums, I think you can see them good here, at least in the reflection. All right, so you just pick a 6 directly behind you, and just keep your eyes 6, 6, 6, boom, boom, boom. 6 is the clock position directly behind you, a position on the wall. But I always hijack the devil stuff because that's what he did. He took the symbol of resonance for thanks. Look this all up. For thanks, gratitude, and love, a resonance symbol. It also appears in Dr. Masaru Emoto's water pictures of 2008. They took that symbol and they made it a symbol of war, a symbol of greed, a symbol of usury, My only question is, were the Goyim bred for slavery, or were we once free, intended to be free, and some dominator came along? Or were we created for that purpose? So, fruit, yogurt, eggs, rice, lean protein, smoothie, electrolyte drink, greasy overload before training. I do some beef, I do some chicken because it's in there and I love that stuff and it's hardcore, but not that much. And I mix it with the building block of testosterone, which is cholesterol, with 4 eggs, or 5, Oxygen is important. You can do this with dedicated breathing, right? So thermal adaptation, mobility, nutrient timing. Out here, man, under this sun, it's like being in the sauna anyway. Some water's coming out of you, let me tell you. So anyway, I just wanted to get into this, and we're gonna really just stay off the food for a minute until this session later, and just concentrate on digesting those great plates from this nutritional diversity, almost breakfast offering here at the Marriott Hotels. And we're Bomboy ambassadors, and let me tell you how much I recommend achieving that status. So, build it up brick by brick. You'll get there, you'll get bigger, you'll get a new clear opportunity along the way. The path illuminates as you walk it. If you're in excellent metaphysical and physical shape, that is the position. I tell people all the time, you're gonna throw a choke on somebody from across the room? No, take your time, get into position, then throw the choke. I love you guys, and if you don't mind, this is more interpersonal and should be than a sharing thing. But, hey, ¿cómo estás? ¿Inglés o español?
Bueno, en español. ¿Tú?
Español, sí, dale.
Con inglés también, así que.
Ok, ¿de dónde eres?
De Venezuela.
¿De Venezuela? Ah, ok. ¿Y qué hace aquí? Yo soy de Nuevo México, Estados Unidos.
Sí, Nuevo México.
Yeah.
Ah, ok.
Yeah.
Estoy vine a una conferencia.
Ah, ok.
Sí. Entonces comienza hoy.
Oh, ¿verdad? ¿Sobre qué?
Sobre el área marítima. Se llama Maritime Week Americas. Básicamente empresas en el sector, empresas navieras, empresas de charters, que tratan los barcos, las empresas que venden combustible a los barcos, todas las empresas del sector, una conferencia que lo hacen normalmente como una vez al año.
Okay.
La última vez fue en Tampa, pero a veces las hacen aquí en Panamá. Entonces, sí, viene mucha gente de la región, o inclusive de Europa, de otros países.
Súper.
Sí.
¿En qué parte de Venezuela vives?
Bueno, yo soy de Caracas, pero yo vivo en Inglaterra.
Ah, ok.
Yeah.
Súper.
Sí.
Oh, ¿cómo está en Caracas ya? ¿Mejorando?
Más o menos igual, no ha cambiado mucho. Mi mamá vive en Caracas.
Ok.
De hace un tiempo, desde que la economía está dolarizada,
Sí.
se consigue todo, pero está todo muy caro. Y a nivel político...
En dólares caro también.
¿Ah?
En dólares también caro.
Sí, claro.
Ajá.
Hay inflación en dólares.
Yeah.
O sea, por lo menos tú vas a comprar un café hoy y de repente te vale $4. Si vas mañana puede ser que te vale 5. O sea, es una cosa loca. Y a nivel político es como ya la gente como que se olvidó de Maduro. Y bueno, están alineados con Estados Unidos. Están trayendo inversión, están tratando de, no solamente en la industria petrolera, pero en muchas otras áreas.
Okay.
Entonces, bueno, esperemos que todo salga bien,
Sí.
pero en mi opinión tiene que haber una transición de verdad,
Sí.
porque la gente que está ahora en el gobierno es la misma de antes.
Ajá.
Maduro es como alguien de allí,
Yeah.
pero como un títere, vamos a decirlo así.
Su bandido.
Pero sí, quitaron una pieza, pero hay muchas piezas y más importantes que él en el gobierno. Lo que pasa es que ahora están hablando con Trump Administration y
Yeah.
todo eso, pero siguen allí. Entonces necesitamos una transición para que haya un nuevo gobierno de verdad.
Ojalá.
Claro, porque tenemos, ¿cuánto? Con el mismo gobierno, entre Chávez, Maduro, 25 años, más o menos, 26 años.
Sí.
O sea,
Es terrible.
también, con un país tan rico.
Sofocación total.
Sí, con un país tan rico, lo han básicamente destruido, han robado muchísimo.
Total.
O sea, y no han hecho nada, básicamente nada positivo por el país. Y un país que tiene todas las posibilidades. Nosotros éramos el país más rico de Latinoamérica.
Totalmente.
Entre los años 70 y 80.
Para mí, yo tengo mi pregunta sobre la administración de Estados Unidos. Yo casi quiero ir a Venezuela a ver qué oportunidades hay.
Sí, muchas. Venezuela, y nunca, siempre había sido que muchas personas de cualquier país, muchos europeos, muchas personas de Latinoamérica, emigraron a Venezuela. Siempre era como que Venezuela recibía personas. Muy raro que el venezolano se fuera del país. Eso fue en este último 10, 20 años que hay muchísimos venezolanos que se fueron del país. Muchos aquí en Panamá, muchos en Colombia, en
todos los lados.
En España, en
Argentina,
en todos lados. Entonces, la familia, amigos, están todos. Ya yo no tengo casi ningún amigo, casi ninguno vive en Venezuela. Mi familia, mi hermana vive aquí, mi papá vive en Estados Unidos, mi mamá está en Venezuela, tengo una hermana en Argentina, primos en España, están en todos lados.
Loco, que la población ya está.
Sí.
Somos pequeños, ¿no?
Sí. Y nosotros somos un país rico y un país pequeño, relativamente, porque tenemos, no comparado con Panamá, pero nosotros tenemos como 28, 30 millones de habitantes, contando la gente que está afuera.
Vamos a ver, garantía muchos americanos querían vivir en un lugar tropical, súper bonito, y Amazon y todo eso.
Siempre en Venezuela hubo muchos americanos, por la industria, por varias industrias, incluyendo la petrolera. Había lo que llaman compounds, donde vivieron por mucho tiempo, vivían en Caracas. Era súper común ver americanos en Venezuela. Claro, hoy en día, después de todo esto, mucha gente no quiso ni hacer negocios con Venezuela o porque es riesgoso o por lo que sea. Anteriormente la preocupación era porque había mucha inseguridad.
Sí.
Venezuela era como de los países más peligrosos del mundo. Pero esto ya básicamente, siempre echamos broma, inclusive la gente criminal, vamos a decirlo así, o la gente que robaba o que mataba, también se fueron del país. Que por un lado Trump tenía algo de razón, porque hay un grupo, ese grupo que le llaman Nicaragua, de verdad se fue. Ese grupo lo creó el mismo gobierno, armado. Y ese grupo se creció mucho y se fue, hizo desastres en Perú, Colombia, bueno, Estados Unidos, en todos lados. No criminales, pero no, la mayoría de los venezolanos no somos así. Somos tranquilos, más bien. El venezolano es muy pacífico.
Y ya está listo.
Si nosotros fuéramos violentos, ya hubiéramos hecho algo en el país nosotros mismos como oposición, pero siempre muy pacífico y en gobiernos como el venezolano tú necesitas los militares o la Fuerza Armada de tu lado para poder ir contra un gobierno. Si los militares están con ellos o en este caso con Maduro, es muy difícil. Para las personas que uno no tiene armas, no tiene nada y sales a la calle a protestar, pero
totalmente
es difícil.
Totalmente, es un súper difícil.
¿Y tú qué estás haciendo aquí?
Posiblemente hay un nuevo fruición que va a salir, un nuevo idea, concepto, conciencia.
Esperemos, porque hay mucha gente que está viviendo afuera que quiere volver ahora. O sea, si todo mejora, muchas personas van a volver con nuevas ideas y reactivar esa economía bastante rápido por lo que tiene. Siempre Venezuela fue en Sudamérica, como está justo en el Caribe, la primera puerta para cualquier empresa, para empresas internacionales. Normalmente pensaban, ¿dónde montamos la oficina? En Venezuela. ¿Dónde volamos directo? En Venezuela. ¿Dónde ponemos la inversión? Venezuela era uno de los principales países. Pero muchos se fueron y esperamos que vuelvan. Esa es la idea. ¿Y tú qué estás haciendo aquí?
En realidad yo estoy trabajando, gracias a Dios, mucho con agricultura alternativa, sostenible agricultura y poder también como comunidades sostenibles, un poco también que estoy pensando mucho en Venezuela sobre estas ideas, pero ahora mismo estoy trabajando, entrenando a alguien. Entrenando físicamente.
Física, sí.
Físicamente, sí.
Está bien. Pero tú vives aquí. No,
yo estoy viajando.
Siempre. ¿Y estás entrenando a alguien aquí?
Estoy entrenando en el Smart Fit. En el Smart Fit Oberrio. Pero posiblemente Robert's Gym. ¿Conoce?
No.
Robert's. Hay un gym en frente del Super 99 en esta Plaza Concordia. Si pasa por el estacionamiento hasta el fondo, hay un gimnasio con Robert, tiene carácter, tiene alma ese gimnasio.
¿Y cuánto tiempo te vas a quedar aquí?
Es una buena pregunta, man. Estamos pensando ahora mismo, estamos buscando vuelos posiblemente Albania o Tailandia, no sé, uno de europeos lugares.
O sea, de aquí te vas para otro lado.
Sí.
Está bien.
Entrenando, yo tengo un grupo, ellos gustan viajar y entrenar y kickbox y todo eso.
Porque entrenan como artes marciales o
algo también. Los dos, condición, usted sabe, está en buena forma, ya tiene que, condición, gimnasio, fuerza, técnica, también, nutrición.
Interesante.
Yo tengo un sitio de web también, es nutritionaldiversity.com.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the BrandonAngelFitness en Instagram. ¿Tiene Instagram?
Sí, sí, sí.
Dale.
¿Cómo se llama? Brandon.
Brandon Angel.
Brandon Angel.
Yeah, fitness. ¿Y usted?
Luciano.
Luciano,
Luciano,
conocerte, bro.
Sí, Luciano.
Yeah.
Mucho gusto. Sí. mi familia es italiana.
Oh, okay, parece.
Sí, sí, mis abuelos son italianos. Es muy común en Venezuela que hay muchas familias que son portuguesas, italianas, españolas, libanesas, de todos lados. Sí.
¿Y qué recomiendas por Europa, por barato? Asia, Europa, todo ese lado.
Europa barato. Bueno, creo que nombraste Albania.
Albania.
Albania todavía yo no he ido, pero está subiendo.
Okay.
Y la gente dice que está bastante bien y bastante barato. Para países baratos tendrías que ir a Europa del Este o tendrías que ir a países como Albania, Rumania. Un país que supuestamente está muy bonito y es barato todavía es Polonia.
Polonia, escuché este.
Polonia, dice que está muy bien.
Yeah.
Sí, Polonia está muy bien. Bueno, Asia
Yo
sí.
fui a Hungaria y...
Bueno, tiene Bulgaria, Hungría, sí, en muchos países. Pero Polonia dicen que está muy bonito y está bastante barato. Bueno, y comparado con Estados Unidos, todo barato. Y Asia, bueno, sí va a Tailandia, Filipinas. Inclusive mucha gente va para Bali y dice, si vas para Bali a quedarte un tiempo y lo sabes hacer, dice que también es bastante económico. Bastante económico.
Yeah, yo creo que es un buen cultura también.
Sí, bueno.
Consciente.
Sí. Eso está bien. Si te gusta, o sea, estar como tipo nómada, así, viajando.
Totalmente.
Inglaterra sí, caro. Suiza caro. Todos esos países son caros.
Ya.
España y Portugal, de los países normales, de que tienen buen clima, la pasan bien, no están tan caros, dependiendo de dónde vayas.
Okay.
Y la puedes pasar muy bien también. El sur de España, Málaga, por ejemplo. Depende. Va a ser más caro que los otros países de Europa, pero todavía yo creo que el poder adquisitivo que ustedes tienen para ir estaría bien. Así que sí, podría ser buena opción. Así que.
Gracias.
No, de nada. Bueno, bro.
Ok, cool, man.
Un placer.
Bueno, conocerte.
Igual.
Total.
Cuídate mucho.
Ok, super. Ya, búscame en el Instagram.
Brandon Angel, dice.
Fitness.
Brandon
Angel Fitness.
Angel Fitness.
Yeah, man.
Who
Ciao. Look at that. See that when you have charisma and character, more life comes into your branches. There's plenty of strong trees at the top of the hill that grew bark because there's wind up there, and that species doesn't even have bark, not naturally, or at least definitely not at the valley. At the bottom of the hill where there's no resistance, maybe it doesn't even live because of that. Like Mike Tyson says, I don't even want to keep that baby stuff away from me. I like tough, I like suffer, I like discipline. That's how I like it. That's tough guy, that's respectable. That right there. And he knows he's not perfect, and he knows he's got a lot of problems, and that's what Helvin is full of. All right, well, enough of my Mike Tyson fanhood. And those of you who couldn't understand the Espanol there, it was basically talking about Venezuela, how Maduro was just one part of the system, and that he's got a bunch of friends and a bunch of the same types in there, and it's the same cognition as Buckminster Fuller says. You're not going to reform anything evil, you're going to need to replace it, right? And with something new that renders it obsolete. And theoretically, man, if you're just going hard in gyms and got the right attitude, because a lot of these people in the gyms, they're the small, jealous-minded, hater type, fan club people, right? They're not approachable. They can't talk to you. You won't want to talk to them. They'll have all this attitude that's representative of their own inner insecurities. But a secure man who's secure in himself, who's got character, he's got inner bark shit. You know. I would like to be more eloquent in my presentations. I would like to be more eloquent in my oration of such excellent ideas and inclinations and cognitions that are in the right alignments with cultivation of character and inner strength, and do the right thing and tell the truth and find out what's truly amazing next chapters are and be a part of those. Probably Venezuela is definitely one of them. And he said the population has been completely reduced, and him and his friend were joking about how all the gangsters left, or they got caught up, or they got stuck in that El Salvadorian jail. But something similar could go on to clean up the place, you know what I mean? And they could form Jedi councils and do sustainable agriculture all across that place, and power generation, and build the most sturdy, no weakness electrical grid and food production system with it's how you do it is who we are. It's how we do it that is who we are. The letters are just changed around. As the most smartest person in my life says, you can make $1 million doing everything the right way, but you'll risk that to make $1.2 million doing something shady. What the hell? You know? That means everything in the fight of life. Move around, be nomadic. You know, wherever the cancer is running around, just simply step over here. Keep your distance. It's not that I've ever really been a quitter. I've known when to quit because I keep my distance from the, you gotta know which place in the color spectrum you want to stay in. And as the elements of the times change, your position should as well. This is a dance. It is spiritual piano playing is what it is. So, it's like the band game. Who will do the right thing, tell the truth, take all your challenges on immediately and pass them like nothing. Don't get stuck in the bumps in the road. I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ and truly pray for everyone to build strength, do the right thing, tell the truth. Let's go.